Hi guys, I am here to do my postpartum update. I am a month and 3 or 4 days postpartum, so I am going to tell you how things have gone. It wasn't the first day. I gave birth to him at 5:17 a.m. on Thursday the 6th, which was his due date. And he did come naturally. We weren't induced or anything like that. He just happened to come on his due date. And after delivery, I think it was like about maybe 2, maybe 3 hours after delivery, they wanted me to get up and get in the shower, which I was dreading, to be quite honest with you. I hadn't drinking anything since delivery, and I was really weak and shaky and things like that, and they wanted me to get up and get in the shower. So I did, and oh no, someone wants to eat. You go first. Oh, it's okay. Sorry. So I got up out of bed and it was very hard to walk. I did have to get stitches, so I was dealing with that and the pain of it, and I had just given birth, so everything was extremely swollen down there, which is something that I wasn't really prepared for. I didn't know all of the after effects of a natural delivery. Like, I didn't feel bad. It was just, the stitches from tearing, which doesn't happen to everybody. So dealing with that, and then also dealing with like the swollenness and your stomach after. I just wasn't prepared for things like that. I didn't really realize that that's something that happens. It's not something that anyone ever mentioned when we were talking about postpartum stuff, or talking to like my girlfriends that have given birth or my mom. They didn't really mention that kind of stuff. So I learned that shockingly. But anyways, we were walking to the bathroom and I sat down and I was able to urinate and everything like that. TMI, I know, but that's something that they need you to do. So that was fine, and then I got into the shower, and during the shower I felt extremely lightheaded, and I have passed out in the past, so I know what it feels like, and I knew I was about to, so I, as quickly as possible, was helped out of the shower by my boyfriend, and I sat on the toilet and he held me up, and we pressed the button in the bathroom, like the emergency nurse button. And she came in and she brought me a cold glass of water, and some cold rags to put on my head and my body. So that helped a lot. That was just horrible. If you have passed out before and you know what it feels like, it's not a nice feeling on top of everything else that was going on. But after that, I went and I got into bed, and getting in and out of bed postpartum was very hard, and I couldn't sit straight like normal, and I still really can't due to the stitches. Sit normal, I guess you could say. I have to sit back more on my butt, and I can't sit just straight up like normal. So in the hospital, getting in and out of bed was hard because they can only lower the bed so low, and you just want it that much lower. I'm only 5'2", so I'm not tall by any means, so getting in and out of the bed was difficult. And going to the bathroom was difficult. They did give me stool softeners, TMI, but I never did have a bowel movement in the hospital, but luckily my hospital didn't require that to be something to help to discharge you. I know some hospitals require you to have a bowel movement before they can discharge you, but mine did not. I did have one once I got home though, so that was good. And I definitely recommend stool softeners, especially if you tear down. I tore up, so I didn't have to deal with it that being another issue, but I would still recommend doing the stool softeners. I actually had my boyfriend go out and buy some when we got home, just for that extra week, just to have one less thing to worry about, so that was helpful. We also, postpartum, I do recommend having help. That is something that was a must for me. It was nice to not have to get out of bed as often, to just let my body heal and stuff. I do think that I did stay in bed too much. I should have gotten up more than what I did. I did feel lightheaded and things like that. I'm not sure why. I was drinking a good amount of water and everything, and I wasn't bleeding heavy. That was something that was good. I didn't bleed heavy at all, but I don't think I was active enough, I guess. But they did tell you not to be active, so it was just difficult finding a happy medium and what was right for you, well, me per se. But besides that, things were good. I am still healing stitches wise. I think they're still in there. I'm not sure. I don't really look or touch them or anything like that. I have my 6-week appointment coming up in about 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks. And I'm not sure what I want to do for birth control, so all you breastfeeding moms out there, if you can give me advice on what you did, because I don't want to dry up my milk supply. And they were talking about doing the Marina, I think it's called. But I also read things about how it can have negative effects on your tubes and things like that, and cause you to have issues where you can't have more children, and that we want more. So I definitely don't want to risk anything like that. And I don't want to risk my milk supply either. So if you have any advice on that, just leave that down below. I think that's it for postpartum for me. Let me just check. I'm not sure on my weight. We don't have a scale, so I'm not sure on my weight, but I'm sure I'm losing weight. Hopefully. It looks like I am. I had a lot of difficulty walking after, which I kind of already talked about. Oh, back pain. Extreme back pain. Those few days after. More back pain than I ever had during my entire pregnancy. It was weird. I had a lot of back pain. Sleep deprived, of course. That's what happens when you have a baby. Very, very, very emotional. Even more emotional than when I was pregnant. Like, we'll be watching TV and a dog will die and I'll cry. Like, it's just extremely emotional. My stretch marks, that's something that I should talk about. When you're pregnant, you have a big belly, so you can't really see anywhere down there. You can't see your thighs, so you can't see anything like that. So afterwards, you're able to see your thighs, you know, like a week postpartum or like right after. And I have stretch marks on my thighs, which is lovely. My stretch marks on my stomach are pretty darn dark. My stomach is a lot smaller than what it was postpartum right away. So I'm going to try laying him down if he will let me, and I will show you my 1 month postpartum belly. My stomach, 1 month postpartum with the shirt on. And here's with the shirt down. Can't wait to work out and get rid of like my back fat and this stuff. My mother's line is still extremely dark, which you can see, and then all of the stretch marks. But it's not jiggly really. I mean, I don't really have much jiggle. As you can see, it's not really moving. It's pretty firm, which is nice. Then I can just tighten it up with working out. I can't wait to be able to get rid of all this grossness. But yeah, that is my 1 month postpartum belly. Let me know if your mother's line really like faded a lot, or if this is just how it's gonna be forever. Hoping they fade. But that is my 1 month postpartum belly. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.